we were talking about this yesterday. Can you tell us a little bit, in the wake of the launch of Funimation.com, a bit about the history of Funimation's websites?
Let me give you the short of that, because I'm still actually pulling information from it. It's actually really funny because Funimation's kind of launched sites multiple times, or attempted to launch sites multiple times for Funimation.com. And I found out even before my time with Funimation, been about 6+ years, I think our web engine there for longer than that. There actually was a site before the original www.funimation.com. I was like, there was I think it was called FunimationFans.com, something like that, and it was late 90s or so, and it was a social media site before MySpace or any of them existed. Like, you could have a profile. It was the most basic thing ever. Like, I have a profile, but as much as you can do on it. I like Kitty Grade or Dragon Ball Z. Those are the only options you had with us in the past. Along those lines. And it was basically it made us a network between different fans' information to talk. It was a forums, and it was your profile, which was just general information. That went away when we started doing Fun.com, which was promoting their shows, which led to putting on videos. And then also, after that, the VAR also created a site called AnimeOnline.com. If you were around a few years back, you might remember, the VAR wanted to have an anime site, which
the VAR, by the way,
yes.
You're not sure who that is. That was our parent company, was our parent company,
2 weeks ago.
so we can talk about that later also. Yeah. But they are a software distribution company.
Yep. It was good to have them, and all we have them to do is
You learned a lot.
Learned a lot, and they still do our distribution, so we're very happy with that. So yes, they started up Anime Online. They wanted Funimation basically to help run the thing from our offices, and but they also want to be available for other companies. So it wasn't like just it was Funimation. Funimation.com was for Funimation, and Anime Online was for everyone. Well, it was right between that time where social media was still very MySpace, and Facebook wasn't really kicking in yet, and no one really knew exactly what we're doing, and choices of the site weren't made the best way. Some stuff worked out, some stuff didn't. And almost like if we had waited a year and changed a couple things, maybe it would have been a more magical site. We don't know. It's a big what-if game, but we stopped using that site and closed it down less than a year after we opened it. We went back to changing out, updating Funimation.com. Actually, if you look at the current site, www.funimation.com, is what it looks like now, is what we updated to after that. And then the social media craze kicked in, and basically updating it from Fun.com, Funimation.com, the current site. We said we need to update it to be more social media friendly, more user friendly, more what you guys are in now, because the internet just changes constantly. So we have to look at beta.funimation.com, which we just launched a couple days ago, is our next phase in that. So that's kind of the short version of the history. I'm still trying to get more information on the original site and the early Fun.com stuff, so I can give a full depth 10-minute history of Funimation on the internet. More than just cats and anime.
Yes. All right, let's take somebody from towards the back. With ears.
With the ears?
Not you without the ears.
Exactly.
The ears, not the ears.
Roll the hair, the hat. All right.
And the impact with online.
First of all,
with who? Oh, sorry. All right. With Aniplex opening a North American division and online.
Speak loud, we'll hear you.
Just so I don't want it to be like
Gotcha.
All right, one more time. With Aniplex opening this division in the U.S., like you were saying, and with online, you would get revenue through like the advertisements that are like on Hulu and everything like that. Do you feel like the anime industry is beginning to make a turnaround from the previous laws when all these other companies were going out of business?
Well, we can't speak for other companies. Us personally, we're definitely doing well. I think a lot of it has to do with being able to adapt and change to the ever, changing landscape that is the anime industry. And hopefully, with companies like Aniplex and NIS doing these things, more more people being able to stream anime online legally, that it, again, will help create more exposure for anime, which, I mean, the thing is, anime cons continuously grow, right? I mean, that's the growing change, and you get more and more people, which means, you know, hopefully more and more actual consumers, which equals better business, ideally. Theoretically speaking. And, you know, as long as we can provide the anime in a, you know, reasonably convenient manner to these new fans and the old fans at the same time, I think it's overall a good thing.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's, again, the industry, I know I'm listening, where's the bottom? We hit the bottom, most people think, last year, and it actually is slowly on an upturn in the right direction. And a good side of that is new companies coming in, and Japan making more shows, and taking shows like quality shows like, you know, Itanema block stuff. You know, take stuff like you wouldn't see last year because it'd be too risky, but they have to have a success. They have to be safe, do, you know, safe stuff. You know, very popular Boeing stuff. And now there's a variety of everything out there. So you see that kind of stuff happen like that. And you'll also see everyone kind of, again, adapting to change. Like, with, you know, with our packaging and our overall way to get anime out to this, totally changed. Look at 4 years ago, and it's not even close to the same thing. We're doing single stick, 6-volume collector's editions. Blu-ray was on the rumor, debating HD DVD and all that stuff like that. So it all has changed, and it's just this is adapting with it, and also knowing when to jump and when not to. And we always had a plan A, B, C, Q, F. You know, always waiting in the wings to which one to actually use next. So it really came down to waiting for the right time to happen and sticking to your guns, because, you know, we jumped on Blu-ray pretty hard once we saw where it was going and say, this is doing well for us now, but it's, you know, it wouldn't be a consistent business model if it stayed like this forever, and then it got better. Like at conventions, actually, what do you call our Blu-ray sales have skyrocketed.
And one of the other thing is that it's not just the anime industry we're talking here. This is entertainment in general. So, you know, anime may be very specific, but we still have to follow trends of the overall entertainment genre.
That's Warner Brothers,
Disney, everybody. So, I mean, that it's not just us doing this. That's why we want more people in anime to do this, so that we have more influence in the grand scheme of entertainment. Because it's basically us against Disney, like, in a sense, when you put it that way. Which is, you know, whoa!
Don't say listen to Mouse after us.
we love all their stuff. Yeah. I mean, we're big fans of Disney.
Oh yeah,
and all that. But we're not. You know, we're competing not only with other anime industries, you know, but we compete with entertainment, even video games. So when entertainment as a whole, you know, starts having a good upturn, that's good for us.
Red hat in the back. Was that descriptive enough?
Try not to talk about the camera. Just gotta get on the camera. Can you do it? Yes.
Let's push it.
You're up to level 2.
Given that you know, you mentioned the DVD industry as a whole has seen a big drop-off in recent years, anime in particular even more so, some of the others, does Funimation see the DVD market being something they can monetize in the future, or is DVD eventually just going to go away eventually, kind of like VHS did after a while, just die because no one wanted it anymore?
So do you mean versus Blu-ray?
Blu-ray,
Or do you mean
distribution, or even distribution in general, since it's getting harder and harder to get people to necessarily buy things as the markets.
In actual trends, there has been a dip in DVD physical media sales, but for us, actually, we haven't felt that quite as much. We've actually,
People like the pretty boxes.
yeah. So we're a little bit more resilient towards that, I would say.
And a lot of that is due to anime fans being so open about expressing their feelings, good or bad, at all times. Because the way we think of physical goods now, you can't just put episodes out on DVD at a premium price and expect it to just fly off the shelves. I mean, it's funny if you think just a couple years ago you're paying $30 for 4 episodes. Now people walk up and go like, 12 or 30, I don't know. It's like, I don't sound like the old guy in the room, but that's cheap now. Exactly. I remember buying one of the Robotech videotapes. It took up a garage. 2 episodes for $60, both ways uphill. Anyway, overall, basically, you just have to make a better, you're making more stuff on it, more extras, better packaging, lower the price. And it might be a little, some people look at it as like a stopgap, or you're stopping the bleeding, but the wound's still there. Where DVD and Blu-ray, I think, have been around for a while. It's actually in small worlds, there's still people using VHS. So I think DVD and Blu-ray's been around longer, especially since the wonderful thing when you got a DVD player, VHS did not work in a DVD player, but DVDs do work in a Blu-ray player, not.
And they upscale.
And they upscale. So not everything.
Computer.
It's transportable and stuff like that. So I see DVD and Blu-ray still being around for a good while, and I think streaming media stuff is just going to work in there. Eventually, it might
Complementary.
be. Yeah, complementary. Eventually, one will outtake the other. 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. We don't know. We're watching that very carefully, so when we ever make a shift on where to put our money, we're ready to do it. But we're going to consistently keep asking you guys for actually what you guys like, what you are buying and watching trends. So it's a lot of, Lance Haskell, our marketing director, he stares at spreadsheets and data all day long. I'll talk to him like, so what do you do Saturday? He'll tell me his analysis. I'm like, what did you do for fun this weekend?
And he'll still show you the analysis.
Yes. So the exact same thing. I'm like, okay, I'm walking
Well,
away
when
now.
you said fun, he thought you were saying short.
Exactly. He's like, well, it's in the name. I'm like, thank God you work here.
Yeah. The way for him is
Yes.
All right, the young woman with the goggles.
Okay, I'm coming.
We're getting better.
You're getting great.
I was just wondering, what is your opinion on Hollywood like adapting like certain anime and stuff? What like in whole, what is like the industry's opinion on it?
Might surprise you, but overall, we're considering it's an overall good thing. No matter if it's a bad movie or not. I won't name any, our maybe will be made. Or some of it wasn't done right. But overall, I say it's just exposure. And that's the one thing is to take it this way. Say you got a terrible movie that came out and no one really liked that much, so it was like Richard Hall. What do you call it? People were talking about the brand, and the people who saw it might go, this is really odd, why does everyone like this? And they say, oh, it's based on an anime series or a manga series. And so someone actually, just kept curiosity because they're exposed to this remake. They might actually go out and check that out. So the exposure alone in the press can always, get more exposure to the industry. As well, if it's a brand of ours or companies like that, they can actually tag onto the branding and say, hey, you love this, you'll love this, or if you did like this, here's the real version. Along those lines. We're hoping they'll make good ones, so when they good hit, they did really hits, and this, you get some really good full back to the anime world, which then you can take them to other shows, and get them the gateway drug, and take the rest on the way, hopefully. So it's an overall good thing when they're doing it. We're just hoping to have more success with it because you keep having shows that the ones that aren't so hot, then you're going to have issues with the whole industry, what you call might be problematic. But overall, the chances of, I think you have 1 in 10 be good, and we're still going to be fantastic.
And I mean, this isn't something that's limited specifically to anime either. I mean, there's comic, there's bad movies of every genre that get made. Even if it's a show that we've licensed with the US, that doesn't mean we have the rights to the live action adaptation of that either. So there's a lot of misconceptions that if it's a show that we worked on for the anime, that we're a part of the live action. That's almost never true, actually.
We weren't asked that at all.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z.
You actually,
Like yelling.
we
we get yelled at.
Yeah, we had offers, and they said, no, of course not, or this wouldn't even call us back. So, it's along those lines as they're doing their own thing, and it's really obvious they just were like, we're just going to do it.
Yeah, honestly, we kind of get
We
cut
want
out.
to. Yeah, we really do. Give us the characters, give us the title, we'll write in our own magical special line way.
I want to point out that Speed Racer was kind of underrated. I thought it was actually really fun.
I love the beginning, I love the middle, I love the end, even 30 minutes shorter, I love the whole.
I like the
It was
rating.
great.
I like
You're
the
so
rating.
great.
It was fun, it was fun, it's less, I didn't even Chocolate Factory tour for so long.
Blue shirt.
That the company has recently changed hands, and I'm not sure how much you can talk about on the subject, but is the new private owners, are they planning on getting involved, or are they just going to sit back and go get us money?
Actually, the investment group that did purchase Funimation is led by our founder, CEO, and president, Gen Fukunaga. So he's really leading the charge on it. He went out previously and got this investor group together. And I mean, it's going to be pretty much all funneled through him one way or another. So it's Funimation. I mean, it's like for real, like it's Funimation, a Funimation-owned company now.
2005 all over again.
So
Yeah, again, this is running the day-to-days and everything along those lines, and it's really about, the investment company behind it is all, you can see like, we'll put money in, get us profits in so many years, and we're cool. You know, all the time, what you guys do your own business, we don't know anything about it, we just know it's like making money with this money. So that's basically it. So, yeah, so again, it's running
yeah,
the
they
show.
trust him. They wouldn't have given him all this money if they didn't think he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, exactly, yes, and it gives us, our time in the farm was great, and we're still using it for distribution for a long time period. We learned a lot being a public company. Oh, yeah, we've leveled up since then. This again was just through district companies, their distribution for like video games and videos of that. We're an entertainment company at the heart and soul of things. So with all that, it's really, it was just like, time this course in ways for both of us to win. But it was a good time while it lasted, and now it's going to be a better time ahead.
All right, we have Kermit, that last one, and then holding up the pen.
Yeah. What are your intentions to future and current streaming media with subtitle options and audio options?
Yeah, that's a good one, actually. Honestly, I don't have the full-on answer for that.
The overall information I know on that, because I don't have the full knowledge of that, it's a availability, licensing, technology, and marketing reasons. Certain shows, we basically, what we call the license might not want us to stream that for that, say that for the DVD, double stuff. Marketing reasons, we might not want to show the double something, and let people buy the subtitle one on DVD. And other times, basically, just wait for technology.
Yeah, we did have we tried to do some stuff actually with PlayStation Network, but for technological reasons on both of our ends, it just didn't end up working out. Different files and the size of the files, etc., and hard-coded versus the technology that couldn't do the soft subs.
Okay.
So, I mean, that can vary depending on the actual platform that they're going on. But, I mean, I don't think
There's a future for it, but we'll wait and see where it goes.
All right, thanks everybody.